Hi guys, I'm Bats,
And I'm Smalls.
and today we have rant number 16.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to give some information about the rant first off. It's kind of controversial, kind of not, kind of touchy, I don't know. Can be, can't be. But it's about sexual education in schools, and we have permission from parents.
From an adult with a child.
Yes.
Children.
Childs.
Well, child is,
Yeah.
can be right if they were mixed.
So
but
weird though.
They're from the same person.
It's not our parents, so it works. But
they're in school.
Yeah. But backstory or information about sex education is like human development, sexual orientation, puberty, reproductive system. I can speak today. Sexual behavior, sexual relationships, sexual health like STIs, STDs, birth control, condoms, pregnancy, things like that.
But with the whole thing she just listed off, our rant's going to be about sexual education on its whole.
Yeah, as a whole.
Generalization.
Yeah, we're
not going to cut those into pieces and talk about sexual orientation and stuff like that, because you do you, boo.
Right. But without further ado, 5 minutes starts right now. Boom. So in Kentucky, they're wanting to start all of this as early as kindergarten. And kindergarten starts as ages between 4 and 6. Yeah, and I don't think that's okay.
I don't think that's okay. Well, I think it's okay
all.
To a certain extent, because, okay, so 4 and 6, you don't need to learn about your reproductive system. You don't need to learn about,
like STIs,
STIs, the herpaderps, all that stuff. You don't, or puberty at that age. All you need to know is about
your own body.
Well, not necessarily your own body, because obviously, hopefully, by the time you're there, hey, I have this, because, you've obviously seen yourself naked.
Right.
But that's beside the point. You need to know about sexual safety. And this goes around with not just, because you're saying, family, friends, sexual relationships.
Yeah.
But safety in general, because, you're young. You don't really know. And there's the whole, someone's going to take advantage of that. And I feel like they should teach that.
Well, yeah, because, you're taught at, a young age to trust teachers and, adults and, people older than you. So I feel like that can be also contradicting.
Yeah.
So that should be taught of, hey, just because we trust this person doesn't mean that person can do what they want to me.
Exactly,
so
but there's
that
also
should be taught.
The other side, where the parents are also supposed to do it, but some parents feel nervous about that, about telling their kids, okay, this is, our longtime family friend, Uncle, Jeffords or something,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
for sure.
He's your uncle, blah, blah, but in reality, they don't really know him, but they're supposed to call him uncle, but they don't,
yeah, they're supposed to trust, to give all their trust to him because he's an uncle, but yeah.
Kind of thing. And I feel like kids should be taught that, and not make it scary, but make it aware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like awareness to all that should be taught, but I feel like the entire sexual education of it should not be taught. If I were a parent, I would be real mad if my kid came home with a pamphlet. Because
or coming home being like, hey, I learned how to put on a condom on a banana today. You know what I'm saying?
All hell would break loose.
I'd be pissed if my kindergartner came home with that, but if my 5th grader came home with that, being like, not the whole. I'd be pissed about the condom thing. That's not till high school kind of stuff.
Well, I think middle school, you should be aware of that.
You should be aware that they're out there.
Yeah.
Not how to use them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they shouldn't be handed out.
Because,
but,
like I was saying, with the kids, you should teach them about sexual safety and the precautions and everything, because you can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
And there's things parents can only say so much of, kind of thing. But once you get older, 5th grade, tell them about, the dangers of it, the STIs, all that jazz. And then also puberty and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, most schools are required to talk about, the diseases and all that, and, more into, puberty and, all that, how that happens. But, some schools aren't even telling parents that their kids are doing this.
And, see, I would find it necessary, though. If they're older, the 5th and up, and they're telling their, the kids about, puberty, your reproductive system, stuff like that, natural things that are going to happen, I'm okay with that, even if I didn't have to sign a consent form on that. But if it's high school and stuff, and then, I feel like, yes, when it's talking about the act of sex, don't teach abstinence. Teach, again, safety.
Yeah.
Because if you tell a child, and I'm not saying
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't put your hand on the stove. You're gonna get burnt. Ow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they shouldn't teach abstinence. They should teach safety with everything.
See, and I remember being in school, and I remember it gradually got worse, or not worse, but more graphic and more
detailed.
More detailed. But it's still thinking back, even in my high school years, there were still kids that parents still denied.
Said no, yeah.
So for those schools and those states that are doing it without consent, I don't know how. I feel like that's really, really messed up on
see, I don't think so.
Side.
Because if you're going to a public school, it's gonna be for everybody. And if you want your kid taught a specific way, take them to a different school. And that's how I see that. Because if you're gonna treat your kid differently, don't give them the same. And it's gonna sound, screwed up because I'm saying take away their generalization. But if you want them taught special, if they're smarter or whatever, and you don't want them to focus on sex.
Well,
I really hate that timer.
I had so much more.
So yeah, well, we can't go on from here because we have rules.
I had a big part to say.
I'm sorry then if I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Just,
you're fine. It was bouncing off, so we're good. We're good.
But yeah, so if you guys want to hear us finish this one,
yeah, let us know. Leave a comment.
And if you guys want us to do more about things like this, in the real world, let us know, because I'm only gonna say this for this rant. But yes, this is a different rant for us because we don't have kids right now. But we do know people that have kids. I have a niece. She has a nephew now. And we have friends that have kids, from 2 years old to an age.
To an age. Yeah, we have...
Which are still under 10. So I'm going to say,
but even then, I'm sure some of them are starting to get to this point. But still... We're both very protective. So.
Yeah, and if you guys have something to say about it, leave it in the comments.
Y'all's opinion about this.
Yeah, tell us what you think, because, your voice matters. And if it bugs anybody enough, that was the dog. And if it bugs anybody enough, then things can change. So rants aren't just us ranting about it. Maybe, just maybe, there could be a change.
Hopefully.
But for that, bye everybody.
Bye. Boom. So I did this research about this horror movie stuff, and apparently if you like horror movies, that means you're a depressive person, which I think is bullshit.